Okay. Welcome to Smart Love Sundays. Super excited for this Virgo edition of Smart Love. I'm bringing my Virgo besties to the stage. I'm super excited. This is really going to be a treat. I am just really just want us to have this good girl talk. We're going to act like you all are not even here. Okay, we're keeping it candid, we're keeping it real, we're being transparent, and we're giving you our perspectives from a Virgo. Okay, so I feel like Virgos kind of set the standards in some ways, so you're going to understand why. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring on my girls. Hey, Court.
Hey, girl. Hey, how are you?
Great. Portia Chanel. Ow.
Hey,
Thank you both so much for participating. I know this is so out of your comfort zone. This is something that I've been talking about doing for a long time, and really both of you have always encouraged me, you should do it, you should do it. So I don't know if you all realized that I was going to bring you along, but that's the consequence of having a friend that is putting herself out there. Y'all got to come with me. I ain't gonna be out here by myself.
Well, thank you for having us on. Thank you for having me. This is not something I normally discuss on podcasts, so this will be interesting. We're gonna pretend like the cameras aren't even here.
Right. We're gonna have this real girl talk.
Definitely.
So we do have another guest that'll be coming on. Oh, wait a minute. Is she here? Hold on, wait a minute. I think she might be. One moment. Oh, there she is. Okay. Hey,
hello.
You know what? I thought you were going to be late, so I was just going to bring you in when you were ready. But I appreciate you stepping up. What's up, my Virgo?
Are we all Virgos here?
We are all Virgos in the room, honey.
No,
okay.
Hey, girl.
Super Virgos.
Hello.
Are we all September Virgos?
I am.
Oh.
When is your birthday, Sherelle?
The 22nd.
Oh, you barely made it.
Listen, though.
That's early.
Listen. I'm in there, though.
Somewhere.
You are. Okay,
Listen,
so
don't play with it.
Yeah, so we're going to start with a quick introduction, and we're going to play a little game in our introduction. So we're going to do 2 truths and 1 lie. Okay, and this will be the only lie that you will ever tell on this platform. Okay, and we have our friends watching, and we all know each other, so please don't make it so easy that everyone will just automatically guess what the lie is. So I'm going to have the audience. Who do we have in the audience? I see we have Miss PJ. Hey, Mama PJ. I see we have my girl Marissa all the way on the West Coast. Anybody else in the chat that's watching, please go ahead, number 1, and like the post. That gets us out to more people. Love it. Thank you. Love it. And drop us a heart or something, a comment. Hey, let us know where you're dialing in from as well. The more comments and interaction we get, the better as well. So we're going to actually have you all guess the truths and the lies, since we probably will guess it right off the bat. But PJ says, hey, Courtney.
Hey, Miss PJ.
Oh, where's Miss Vaughn? We need Miss Vaughn in the comments too.
I said she was coming.
Our relationship expert. Hey, Kiki. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, I'll shoot. I wasn't ready with my 2 truths and a lie.
I'm not ready. Lord.
How you gonna ask Virgos to lie? Our number 1 trait is brutal honesty.
Listen, I have never played this game, so
you've never played.
I have, but I'm an open book. Everybody that
right. I'm the last.
Okay, so let me. Oh my, just like a Virgo, I gotta explain the rules. Two truths and a
What?
okay. So two truths and a lie is exactly as it sounds. Think of two two things that are actually true, but maybe it could be something that most people don't know or wouldn't guess. And a lie, like try to make it, something that they wouldn't obviously be like, oh yeah, that's obviously a lie. So, try not to be too obvious with either. Um, hey, okay, who was okay? Oh, PJ said, "Hey, Portia," and
Hey,
then we got
PJ.
like, yeah. So everybody,
Elka.
thank you so much for
Virgos.
joining
I see those
everybody.
Virgo symbols coming
Virgo,
through.
yes, yes. Drop a Virgo when you feeling us. Okay, two truths and a lie. Okay. And I just played this game with the guys a couple of weeks ago, so I won't reuse any. Okay, so I am a fourth cousin of Michael Jackson. I love to swim. Like I'm like a fish in and out of water. I really enjoy. Oh gosh, I'm horrible with this. Okay. I really, I really enjoy dancing, specifically on a pole at times. Did y'all
Okay.
catch that? Okay, so should I repeat? Because I forgot what I said. No, I said. Oh yeah, I'm the
It's
fourth
all a
cousin of
lie.
Michael Jackson. I love to swim. I'm a fish in and out of water. And I love to pole dance.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so audience, what's your vote? What is the lie? Before my Virgos vote, anyone know what the lie is?
Mm.
The lie is the pool is the pole? Dang, mama. You think okay. That's what you think. All right. I don't think I told you the story. That's why. Okay. So PJ said the lie is the pole. Ladies, what do you think the lie is?
LDC don't swim.
Swimming like a fish.
LDC do not swim.
Swimming like a fish is the lie.
I happen to know that
Facts. Facts. I do not get in the water. I'm thinking about taking some adult swimming lessons. That's how scared I am of deep water.
Well,
Yes.
Courtney has a pool. Courtney has a pool right there behind her. So
Come on over,
there you
friend.
go.
We can get our lessons
before.
together. Maybe it could be a
She
twofer.
don't need a lesson too because she don't swim either.
Right. I was going to say, who's the instructor?
So Portia, you and I.
I gotta come over now.
Okay, I
Okay.
swim too.
Oh,
We
good.
got perfect. Like a Virgo.
Sounds
have
like a
a-
wonderful idea. Because
Let's
this
do
pool
it.
is deep. Right here is 12 feet.
Oh, why? Girl,
I don't even
I
walk
could
over
do
there.
I could do
I say,
In your own
hey,
backyard.
Wendy. Okay, so wait, Charles, you said that I am not related to Michael Jackson. Mama, tell him in the comments. Go ahead and tell him how we relate to the Jacksons in the comments while we move on. Go ahead, Mama, tell him. I am related to the Jacksons, just so you know.
I still
Okay,
can't.
so okay, who's ready with their two truths and a lie? Nobody. You
Y'all
said
gonna know my lie right off the bat. Because I'm an open book.
okay, open book, Virgo.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead, Sherelle. Why they think of their
Okay.
lies and the truths.
Okay, so my mom is a big time dance instructor, and she has a dance class. She's a dance instructor.
Okay.
I got a college scholarship to play volleyball, and um,
If you
I
think
used to
too
own a
long,
home health program.
a home health, a home health. Okay.
Home health.
Okay, audience. What's the lie? None of those seem too far fetched, so I have no idea. Home health care program.
Exactly.
Oh, that's the lie?
Oh,
I was just
invaluable. I was just gonna pick something.
Okay.
Just pick something. That's the point, right?
Right.
Okay. Virgos don't know how to lie.
The
okay?
winner gets what?
We are not good at it. It's not our
We are
thing.
not good. Okay. All right. Court, did you come up with any
What's the
portion?
lie?
I'm still working on mine.
I thought
I'm ready.
okay,
Here
the
you go.
lie is the volleyball.
That's the lie.
That's the lie? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Because it was very specific. You know what I'm saying? You could have just said sports, but yeah, to say like specifically volleyball. So what did you play? Softball? What did you play?
No, I played volleyball. I just didn't get a scholarship.
Oh.
I should have known that because they give girls full scholarships for volleyball. I should have known that. They do not give.
Well, they do. They give scholarships for swimming.
No,
They give scholarships for golf.
Somebody said,
Yeah,
hey,
they
Portia
do.
and Courtney.
Mhm.
RM. Hey, RM.
That's Renee, I think. Hey, girl.
Oh, that's Renee.
Mhm.
Hey, Renee.
Virgos be lying too. She said Virgos be lying too.
You got to craft it at first.
Right.
Like, we don't have to come up.
I'm just gonna say this.
It's gonna be elaborate too.
It takes so much effort to tell and maintain.
I was gonna say you look like a volleyball player.
You
Like,
just don't have
I
time
was
for
a
it.
volleyball player.
Still-
We don't have
Just
time
didn't
for
get a
the
scholarship.
Okay, I got my three. Y'all ready?
We ready.
Okay.
Okay, here go my three. I've been married twice. I have a 26-year-old, and I'm 45.
Okay.
The lie
Audience, this
is
for you
married
because
twice.
you know.
What'd you say, Sherelle?
Married twice is the lie.
That's the lie. That is the lie. That is definitely the lie.
But I mean, you could say like it's a lie that you got a 26-year-old because you look damn good.
I mean, but we
right.
doing that these days though.
You know what I'm saying? Like we taking them out.
I mean, but we doing that these days. We kind of conquering that.
Like,
My
Look,
son is 23, so I know if it's possible.
that's fácil.
Exactly.
Fácil.
Right. Wait. What you say? What you say, Portia? They gonna have to do this summer?
Baby, tuck it in. Go on, tuck it in. Go on, tuck the whole summer in.
Y'all gonna have to tuck it in, okay? Because
Benjamin Button. Look, it's the Benjamin
Oh.
Button. She going in reverse.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. Hey, Kitty. Oh, Kitty says, hey. Kitty is way in Korea watching this, y'all.
Hey,
We
Kitty.
appreciate the love. Okay. All right. Court, go ahead. This is
Okay.
the longest two truths.
This is taking too long. This is supposed to be an icebreaker. Okay,
She was
so let me
such a
go
Virgo with
fast.
that. I think she wrote a dissertation.
I didn't. I just wrote it in my notes. So, number one, I love to travel, y'all. I love to travel internationally, nationally, doesn't matter. Pizza. I love pizza. It's my favorite food. So delicious. And I bought my first home at 25.
I wasn't convinced about pizza.
Well, she is from Chicago, if that helps.
That doesn't mean anything.
Don't say anything.
Did the general public have a guess?
The general public on answer.
Yeah, anyone in the chat, put your answer in the chat. Does she love Does she love to travel?
Travel.
Which one is
the
the
25?
The house is a lie.
Who said that?
No, I was asking her.
Oh,
I thought that's
pizza
what she
is-
said. I said the pizza's a lie. I don't
I've known
believe
this
her.
woman since we were 14 years old. I know all the lies.
Okay.
Okay. Elka said house. Okay. We ready to tell it? My friends already know. And Sherelle, I can't lie for shit because you picked it up.
Listen, I'm just that good. I ain't gonna lie. I'm good at picking. I'll be like,
I can't lie. So yeah, I hate pizza. I hate cheese. I hate pizza. Everybody know that knows me.
That thing don't like to eat nothing but chicken wings.
And fries.
Okay,
all right. That was a great answer. You know what? There isn't really a prize for this. This is just kind of, get y'all loosened up. Right? Well, you thought your lie was the best, or did you thought you guessed them right?
I think I guessed them. I guess.
Okay.
Both.
Most.
Okay. So I'm super excited to have this conversation today. I think that there are a lot of stereotypes out there about Virgos and myths, and some things are facts, but it's all relative. But anyway, I think it's important for us as women, as Virgo women, to set the record straight. Okay. I think that we sometimes get a bad rap when it comes to like our us in relationships, us, just some of the things that we see as like great qualities that others may see it as, not so great. What's wrong with them? Like, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. But everybody love Virgos. Like, who don't love a Virgo? But anyway, but this conversation is, even though we're all Virgos, it's really, I want us to not just focus on, the Virgo side of it. You're just getting the perspectives from Virgos. And typically we are like one of the most analytical signs. And we're very, I'll read some of the characteristics, but as far as like how we are, and I feel like sometimes it's like, well, I'm saying this because I'm a Virgo. I feel like we kind of set the standards. We what everything y'all want to say and do, like that's what we doing. That's what we do. No, I'm not saying that.
Well, but to be talking about doing it, we doing
it. But when it comes to like setting standards, period. But when it comes to like setting standards, setting the bar high, like Virgos we're known to be like perfectionists. So I think that's something that we kind of often do just naturally, not knowing that that's what we're doing. So I definitely want us to talk about like, standards when it comes to relationships, whether it's, in dating, friendships, marriage, all of those things. And we're all at different points in our lives. We have someone that's married, we have someone in a relationship, we have someone that's actively dating and looking and waiting and looking and waiting and dating. And then we have we have someone that's just chilling. It's just like, it'll come, I'm just here for it. So we have different perspectives on all of these things. So I think this is going to be a great conversation. One of the things that I feel is really going to help others, especially like men. I feel like men don't really know how to deal with the Virgo sometimes. So hopefully we could give them some advice, or maybe give them a little insight into our personalities and how we are, so that they have a better understanding. Sound good?
Sound good.
What you drinking? What's that?
Where's mine?
Right, what's that?
This is really good. It's a rosé that I picked up. Somebody brought it to me from one of my birthday parties.
Okay.
So it's good. It's got a nice pitch of sour.
Okay. What Fatima said? We're strong will. What? Wait, hold on. Wait, y'all already?
You needed to correct that, Latifah. We you misspelled. Virgos now. You can't be misspelling.
I did get this comment that we got a lot of nerve to be talking about Virgos when it's the start of Taurus season, Marquita. Somebody
Hey, Marquita.
Start of Taurus season and how
I know. You know what? Taurus next week. Okay, I'm gonna have my Tauruses on next week.
I would be interested in hearing perspectives from a Taurus. I hear y'all bullheaded.
Taurus is a very good countersign to Virgo, though, in that we have a lot. Taurus women and Virgo women have a lot that we.
It's so Virgo of us.
It's so Virgo. Wow, we go over
Virgo.
Okay. All right. So let me just give the
because we don't care. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna.
Oh, what he said that was
pretending to care.
Stop it.
That's
okay.
That's so Virgo of you.
Stop Virgoing.
Okay, so this is what they say about us, y'all. Listen up. This is what they say about us. Virgos are typically characterized by their keen mind and practical approach. Okay. No lie there yet. I'll keep going. They excel at problem solving, often able to see solutions that others overlook. Always. Their approach to life ensures that nothing is left to chance. And although they can be critical, it often comes from a place of wanting to improve and perfect. We're trying to help you out. We don't want you to just be
trying to help you out.
We're not help you out.
We just trying to help you.
That's what I heard. We're not interested in mediocrity.
At all. Virgos are incredibly reliable. Who doesn't want someone to rely on?
Right.
We make excellent friends. I agree.
Clearly.
And partners we make excellent friends and partners who are committed to the well-being of our loved ones.
That's absolutely correct.
Facts, big facts.
Their modesty and humility can sometimes hide their talent and reliability. We were just talking about this, making them unsung heroes whose efforts are often taken for granted.
This whole thing is so Virgo, but go ahead.
Okay, so does anything in there sound weird to you all? You're like, no, that's not me. Really?
No, that's all.
No, all facts. Okay, that's what I Okay, so I'm not even going to read through the pros of the Virgo traits because it's like.
Didn't you just name the pros?
That was just a description, but I mean that's just who we are.
Pros to me.
It's so funny though that they are pros in general, but not so much as a woman in a relationship or in dating.
Yeah.
Because reliability, those types of things are usually associated with how you want your man to be, like a reliable man. We want him to be reliable.
But let's
right.
talk.
So I mean, I'm saying it's not wrong or right, but it
naturally
we don't take it
more attributed to the male of the species, right? But we have. So how often do Virgo women come off as? I don't want to use the word masculine. That's not what I'm thinking. But how often do we come off as a little too
independent
or not feminine enough? Not in our feminine enough.
All of those traits are not considered feminine.
We push, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the assumption is, we can't be that feminine, or we can't take that back seat kind of thing, because our characteristics are very much so those that we thrive in corporate environments. We thrive in business situations. We eat there.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
It doesn't equate relationships.
Okay, so it doesn't. Okay, so you feel like
special
Cora,
right? Like a special man.
So Cora, I'm gonna ask you so specifically in your. Well, we'll tell the people your situation. You're married. You have children. How is being a Virgo showing up in your relationship? Are you that strong, dominant Virgo? Are you able to tap into your femininity? Like, what are you feeling?
You said these questions was going to be surface questions. Number one.
I said that.
Number two. tea
My
portion. So
Not the
okay,
Virgo
so
calling
I
out.
will be as transparent as I can.
Okay.
Because I brought up the conversation about they don't match well if you are unable to, if you are like, those are the traits. So it's hard to kind of dial that back. As Virgos, like how we were just responding to the things that you named, it's like, why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't you want somebody efficient? Why wouldn't you want to do this in a more efficient way? Why would that's a part of our know-it-all kind of problem, though, in relationships can be.
Right.
So I've been married for it'll be 11 years in August. We have a set of twins. Thank you, a set of twins. And in my marriage, it has been it's a learning experience every single day of your life. Nothing changes just because you got married. Your life is still gonna life. You're still gonna pivot. Like, all of us have pivoted in many ways over the last decade. So now you also have, somebody else, which can be good because they can help encourage you and stuff like that. But sometimes it can be growing pains, so it's always going to be adjustments in life. And so it can be difficult sometimes. You can have difficult days and you can have days that are easier. So I mean, it's no different. But how it shows up is that I still haven't learned how to dial it back. Like, we just had a conversation about it earlier. Like, I don't, it's like, well, why you just don't do this? That's kind of how we're made up. And so, like, if you read a lot about relationships, you'll see where women complain that their man is like trying to solve a problem when all they want to do is tell them the problem and just have a listening ear. On the other hand, I'm kind of, and of course, that's not her. I'm the opposite. Okay, we can have a 2-minute funeral, but here's what I think we should do. That can come across as masculine, though.
Yeah.
Because we're problem solvers. That's what I just tell people.
Oh, no, I don't got the answer, Sway. I'm just saying.
I mean, part of my conversation with transparency and people is that, first of all, I need to deal with somebody who's emotionally mature. Because if that's not in the building, then
we can't do it.
I don't have a whole lot to say in those situations anymore. Just knowing myself, like, we're not even going to be on the same level as far as comprehension, because we're logical. We're more logical.
Yes.
We're emotional, but it's like there's only so much room for it, though. Like what she just said, 2-minute funeral. Listen, that's what we need.
Much funeral, no solution. Like, it's
we need you to go ahead and grieve for a few minutes, and then we got to move on.
Yeah,
I mean, that's real.
Does that sound hard to the audience, though? Like, is that like,
it's
like we get it, but
you're like, you still crying?
But you know what? So what I've learned is that, especially like with dealing with men, there's ways that we can use like all these great traits that we have to be great partners and let them step up to lead in certain areas, even if we have all the answers. Like, sometimes we have to, like, instead of giving them the answer, like, we kind of like inspire it. Oh, babe, what did you think about this? Okay. I understand, talking our feminine voice. Like, it's something that I had to learn and train myself. This was not my natural personality. Because
I want to comment too.
What do you say?
We say that, and we are super, super logical, right? That's the truth. And we are solution oriented. We're not here for the complaints and just to sit and wallow in it. We are not those people. But at the same time, one of the things that I heard us all kind of say in a different way was that we don't have the time for the emotions. And I think that it's kind of the opposite. I think that because we are so logical, it's kind of how we manage things. But I think that at the core of Virgo, we are very deeply feeling. Like we are in tune. We pick up on a lot of things. That emotional piece is not necessarily lost, but that is how we handle that level of emotion, right?
Mhm.
Because if you are picking up everything, you can't spend a lot of time swimming in that. That's going to be overwhelming for you. So I
Right.
think the way that we handle it is that we approach things with logic and reasoning so that we're not like stuck in that emotional space. The other thing I wanted to comment to was, of course, you were talking about like just still figuring it out, right? And somebody commented like a Virgo needs a strong man to, and I think that is such the myth that it has to be this alpha male. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that can, forgive me, handle us. But I think that's BS. I think that it takes someone who lives in a certain level of confidence in their own assurance to be able to be in a space with us that allows us to be who and as we are, so that there's complement as opposed to conflict. You know, it took me some failures to learn to speak in a way that wasn't about, you know, my neck rolling and, you know, I know better than you do, just do what I'm saying. And speak more in a space that was motivating and empowering and supportive, and that allowed me to be more feminine instead of needing to be in control of things. Because we got control.
It's a need to be in
Talk about
control,
that. We
I
got
think.
So need to be yeah.
I never thought that before, but as I grow, you know, it's like, I mean, truthfully, I don't want to be in control though.
No.
You want somebody else to take the wheel.
Right.
At least that's what we think. That's what we think.
You have to feel secure that they can. Like you have to be able to.
You don't think anybody's smarter than you. You're sure.
That's not really true.
I'm in a different place. I'm in a different place from that.
Not 100% true, but
I agree that we definitely, well, I can say for myself, I definitely don't like anybody telling me what to do. I prefer the same. So I don't tell you what to do because I don't want to be told what to do. So I'm not going to try to control anybody or anything. It must 1 + 1 must equal 2 for me to walk with you. So if you're not, like Portia was saying, like you need to have your own like identity. You need to be strong in who you are, and I'm riding with you. I'm riding with you. I will gladly sit in the back seat with a blindfold on and go to sleep.
But the minute that you see something in that person, though, that is, and I hate to say it, but like we like confidence, we like surety. We want surety.
Yeah.
I know that, you know, life happens, so shit happens. So, but still, it's your posture. It's a posture of surety that will, and I think that garners more respect from the Virgo woman. Because like Portia said, I don't know if it's about smart or if it's just about that sure-footedness.
Yeah, can I address that with Roger?
Please. Please. Thank you, Roderick, for
handle that.
So the answer to that for me, Roderick, being 47, yes. At this point, and what I mean, like on my terms, it's not like a situation where I gotta say where we live. I gotta say that's not my terms. Me being led, my terms are emotional maturity is one. That's a big term for me, and yes, I stand on that. So I mean things like that that's gonna help us get better, grow, not both people being stagnant, both people not being able to communicate. Not those are my terms and conditions. Those are my terms and conditions. Sound mind, those terms, not where we live, not the money, not what kind of car, not any of that superficial stuff.
Tangible, the more deep.
Yeah. You know, when you put it that way, I totally agree. I was gonna say no instinctively, but when you put it that way, I guess that is very much so true, because we all have terms and conditions, but not in the sense of like we need to control the terms under which we're willing to allow somebody to lead. But you can only follow something that you respect and trust.
Right.
If
Right.
you can't respect and trust it, so it's not about, so to speak, terms and conditions, but you have to be able to respect and trust that. I respect that who you are and how you represent yourself there by us, and I trust that you have our best interest at heart and that you will make the correct decision for us. If you
Those are my
can't say
terms.
those things, I can't follow your ass to the corner.
Exactly.
Right. And I would say it's not my terms and conditions. We both have terms and conditions for this relationship that we establish when we agree to come together. So it's not my way. You can only lead in the way that I say. No, we're coming together. It's a partnership. So, but I agree with, everything that Sherelle said. Like, I think that some of the things that we maybe look for or are actually going to pursue is going to be really closely related to our core values, what we like, what's compatible with our personality. So, because that's not going to change. Like, there's certain things that we can be flexible about and we can compromise on certain things, but who you are to your core, that's not going to change. So if it doesn't complement that, then that's how you end up in relationships with conflict from jump. So it's on everyone's terms and conditions, Rod.
Exactly.
Say that part.
Yeah. They're not gonna like it. They're not gonna like us after this. Y'all ain't gonna get no dates after this.
We gonna get to the we gotta talk about we gotta talk about this part. We're gonna get to the softer side of the Virgo.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is how it's coming up.
It's natural for each of you, whether you want it or not. You handle it differently.
I think it does come naturally. That's a fair statement. But I think that any of us would relinquish it gladly. I mean, like, I've been waiting for somebody to get this bag too. You go.
Because I'm tired.
Because I was tired, boss.
I do need to work, and I have learned too. Like, my husband is a Southern gentleman from Macon, Georgia. So him having the kids call me ma'am, and I'm from Chicago. Like, we didn't do that. So, but very respectful, opening the car door every time, and which I appreciate. But even like, just being like a damsel in distress. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, well, I don't want to bother him when I can just call AAA, or like that was like in the beginning. Like, it's kind of like, well, I got AAA. I'm just gonna call him. But he would gladly come and just be there to support me, and so those are some of the independent things too that sometimes when you talk about the modesty and all of that, it's like he don't gotta. I'm gonna save that for when he really needs to. But men will be glad to rescue you, and so I had to learn and still learning like those things as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're looking for that.
Right. You're not giving it to them.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, I didn't really grow up like with this whole Southern, I'm not even gonna say it's a Southern thing, but like the whole, the shivery of like men, like that you got to walk on the inside, and that they have to open all doors. So when I moved to Atlanta and dating and things like that, like it was hard for me. I was like I would like immediately like just walk wherever I want to walk, and like I get moved to the inside, and I'm like, what is wrong with
my
you?
husband will grab me like Nielsen, what's his name, Liam Nielsen, crossing the street. I'm like, I am grown, I know how to cross it. Like it would be that energy. I'm grown, I can cross the street. But that's a part of the rough edge, though, that it would help if I wouldn't be argumentative about somebody just wants to protect me.
Absolutely.
So that's something for us up north women that date Southern men or whatever, chivalrous men, try to, just roll with it sometimes, because it comes from a good place. It comes from a really good place. You want to protect her, right?
Right.
So.
I grew
Yes,
up
it
with
does.
a little bit of that. When I got here, I leaned right into it, baby. I was like, oh, I like all
I
of
could
it.
see Portia leaning into
I
it.
like all
She
of
does
it.
that with her friends too. We have to like baby her too. So it's
Yeah,
I
I know. Yes, we
I
do baby her.
everywhere.
so I can definitely see that part being easier for you. But there's just different levels of Virgo, like of those traits,
Yeah.
you know, different extremes of it or whatever. So we share some of the same ones, some of the ones not so much, you know.
Okay, so none of these were like questions that are on my list. We're just having conversation. But
Damn.
now I have a question. Okay. So I'm gonna start with you, Porsche.
What's up?
How do you balance your independent nature as a Virgo woman with the desire to be in a partnership and intimacy?
Oh, that doesn't bring a challenge for me,
Okay.
surprisingly.
Okay.
Um, I'm a firm believer in that no one else makes you whole, no one else completes you. You know, that's not a real thing. I believe that you focus on your whole self as much as possible and bring that and whatever's with it, meaning whatever damage, whatever baggage, whatever trauma, you bring it all, the great, the good and the bad, right? To the situation, and you show up in that form. I think therefore it doesn't become a struggle for like
Mm,
the to be a partner, because we showing up with our shit, good, bad, and indifferent, and making a choice to do this together. So
mhm.
my being super independent is not, it doesn't feel like a problem for me.
As it wouldn't.
You need to ask somebody.
Might need to make a
Okay,
call.
so
By the way, babe, is that an issue? You know, my might not, it doesn't feel like a problem for me so much as it feels like part thereof, because
mm,
I'm showing up with all my skills and talents and all of that kind of stuff, and I'm happy to bring the end of my day where I've had to be, you know, in charge of all this stuff and unload it with somebody who has the capacity
mhm,
and the mental aptitude, you know what I
mm.
mean? And to be able to just be like, you know, let me tell you about this dumbass meeting today. You know, and it, so all my independence shows up as like the round table and
Okay, round
moment
table.
for the conversation and all those things. So I feel like there's a partner in it with me, right? It's not,
Yeah.
it that's not a, that was not hard for me. In fact,
Okay.
it's
So,
hard, people.
well, have you found that yet, though? You say it's not hard, but where he
It
at?
fits in my current relationship.
Okay, I love
I think
it.
that's a part of vulnerability. And I think that that's hard for some women, period, but a lot of Virgos. And so that's great that you can be vulnerable and kind of show up, because that's a part of it. It's just like my husband wants to just, he wants us to start doing the mundane things together, like going to the grocery store. And I'm like, I hate the grocery store.
Well, you
But
said you start that, but you said that
I've
years
been
ago. Y'all,
talking about that since the beginning. He brought it
you
up again. But the thing is, today when he brought it up in a different way that made me be like, okay, because a lot of times we work, we handle wrangling in the kids, things like that. We don't have time for each other until after 11 o'clock, it feels like a lot of days. And by that time, whatever happened throughout my day that was a plus or that was pissed me off or whatever, I went, you know, we have 2-second funerals. I went through that and I got over it and I'm doing something else. So by 11 o'clock, I'm not saying like, man, let me tell you what happened at 2 o'clock. So he's like, if we do mundane things like go to the store or just, you know, run quick errands, that will open it up for times for us to just be around each other when stuff is happening, or just to have those check-ins as well. So I was like, when you put it that way, I still don't know if it's gonna be the grocery store, but I'm kind of like okay with it. You know, like I see what you mean. Like you're just saying it don't have to be the grocery store. It just needs to be like mundane things that we can do shoulder to shoulder that will have us around to even talk about those things versus giving each other 2 seconds of the day when we even gave everything else our entire day.
I like that. I like that.
That's really cool too, because you guys have about what 6 to 7 more years before the emptiness starts to creep in.
Yes.
Yeah. So
and things change in life. Like I mentioned, how we've all pivoted several times in the last 10 years. And so when you think about it, we can't afford to wait until they leave to start calling ourselves trying to build something different, because we're going to be different people again. So we have to keep rolling with that every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? You cannot get stagnant. So but the vulnerability piece is what stuck out with Portia said, as far as, you know, that's a part of the femininity is, you know, unloading with them and, you know, involving them and stuff like that. So kudos to Portia for that not being an issue.
Yeah. And I just want to address this really quick, DB Reed. So I think everyone wants a strong man. Like, I don't know anyone that wants with a weak. I don't know. I don't understand.
Give me Urkel. I need the weakest.
Right. I need the weakest one you got. No.
Right. Like, no one
said no one.
Like, I don't know anyone that wants to run their man. But
need the strength.
Right. What we want, we need someone that we can feel secure with. Like, we need to feel that you like, this is the security. It's not even like the strength. Like, I don't need you to, you know, be able to, I mean, I do need you to be able to fight. Like, I don't know, but it's less about how strong you are and more about
you don't have to have muscles.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand.
We want strong, virile men. I mean,
who don't?
All of it.
How much?
Whatever. Like, men have their points of women, you know, that they check off physically. Women so they like looks. It's not, insecurity isn't just about money, but it's most of the time men have beauty. Women have security, which includes finances and strength, you know.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. Anybody lying about that is lying to themselves. I mean, you're going to end up disrespecting that person, thinking that you can deal with somebody that you feel you can whoop their ass.
Right. We talked about like feminine and vulnerability. And our traits as Virgos are very much so, you know, strength and the opposite of that in a lot of ways. But there is such a very, very soft side to the Virgo woman. Like, if you can manage to get into that, you got to get in there.
You got to tap in. You got to
get in there.
Oh, okay. We got a whole section on that.
It's an exclusive club. It's not.
It's the prize in the center.
If you can get in there, baby, you ain't gonna never be in a more. You ain't gonna never be so loved and cared for and all by such a soft in all your life ever. If you can just get in there.
Only your mother could do a better job.
Ooh, okay, your shit.
Say it. And so just to kind of piggyback on that whole question about like the, you know, how does being an independent woman show up in dating for me, I'll say I kind of agree with Portia. Like, I don't feel like it's been a problem. I don't feel like, unless, you know, men are just like intimidated silently by the fact that, you know, I'm independent and that, you know, I'm able to take care of myself and, you know, but I think that's a great attribute to have in a wife. So I
think these new men love independent women, to be honest. If you listen to some of these podcasts,
right,
that think that they little $40 is you know gonna
they want you to be independent and
right. They want you to be 50-50 and
they want you to be both.
Right. It's like so confusing. I would be really confused.
But
it's gotta be just reviews. That can't be the majority of the men. I'll be
no, it's exactly.
No, I don't think so.
Definitely clickbait. I don't think that's how a majority.
LaDonna, we talked about this. Like, remember last week we were talking and you said that's not even what they look like. Women, I was talking about how we like checking our list. Like, I'm keeping myself together. I got a, good income. I got a good career or whatever. I got my house. I got my car. And we're awesome. And
right.
Not even what they're looking for.
Yeah, right. The men that aren't on the podcast don't care about that.
Applause, but that ain't what they're looking for.
That's not what they're looking for, exactly. And so
the intangibles, the vulnerability, I don't want to say that, but the vulnerability is catapult. I feel that they would love to have that, from what I hear.
Right, and I feel like as an independent, I don't even really like that term because I did not choose it.
When you at the club, when they're at the club, they say, "All my independent ladies." I'll be like,
I mean, yeah, because I am. I did not ask for that.
Well, this is my thing.
Promoting it.
This is my thing. If you're not married and you taking care of yourself, isn't everybody independent?
Right. It's just
the male, the female.
It's not a necessity. Like,
as an adult, you should be independent.
Not my own desire.
Right. I did not apply for this job. It was given to me.
No, but the men look at independence as a different word than just what it's at face value. So I'm holding my hand down because when I was single, I don't want the men in the club looking at me like, yeah, that one. Because no, I'm not. I want you to pay for the date, the first date. Yes, I do. Like, I can't believe all of the topics that are happening right now in the dating is just so basic, general stuff. I'm like, how do we even get to the relationship if you mad about the Cheesecake Factory? The woman's mad about the Cheesecake Factory. She say that ain't enough. He mad because he don't want to. It's just like, come on.
Right.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
How do you even get anywhere?
Exactly. To get into the real relationship, part of it, because we're divided over bullshit that none of us really care about. Like, I actually like the Cheesecake Factory, to be honest.
Right. You're not gonna shame me. When I was dating, I really don't want to sit. I don't want to sit and have Applebee's.
Right? Can we just meet up for this cup of tea?
Cup of tea, cup of coffee. Ice cream dates are fine. I do not want to sit across from somebody all night, and within 2 minutes, I'm gonna know if I don't like how you sound. 2 minutes, I'm gonna know.
I don't like how you breathe in.
Right. If it's a connection, you're gonna know that in a couple of minutes. You're not gonna need 2 hours of eating with somebody. So I personally don't need you to clear up.
I said I don't like Applebee's. I don't want people to think that I don't like Applebee's for myself. I'm not gonna take myself to Applebee's.
Right.
Yeah, it tastes like frozen out the freezer food. So don't think that because you suggest Applebee's and I say no that I'm acting snobby.
Right.
No, it's just they food nasty.
Just go to Fridays. It's a little bit better, but it's the same realm.
We can get coffee.
Let's talk about this though. How the way in which I take care of me. You know what I'm saying?
That part, that is true.
Like, because I'm not eating Applebee's. Sorry, sis, or Fridays. I ain't going in.
I don't want Fridays either.
You can't take me. I ain't gonna take myself. So you might be a little irritated because how I spend my dollar and how I take care of me might not align with. I don't know. It might be
what you're capable of doing at the moment.
It might be a problem.
We do want to eat.
Yes, we are. Definitely want to eat.
They can always afford.
Only Virgos though? Really? That's only Virgos.
That's everybody. Come on
I
now.
feel like everybody can afford what they into.
Because I'm not a person. I'm not a foodie, so it ain't that for me. Yeah, I'm not a foodie at all. Just take me get some wings. I'm good.
If they got wings, you have.
They got wings. I'm good. I had me some good ass dates at JR Crickets. Yeah. That would be me, probably.
Fun.
I don't even eat chicken. Let's just start there.
Right.
They got buffalo. They got shrimp. They got fried shrimp.
Okay, so some of the cons about the Virgo personality, we just gonna get through these and we're gonna get to the softer side.
Yeah, let's get to the good
We're
part.
just getting this out, y'all. We just because
that's nothing about Virgos. We don't mind talking about, we don't shy away from things that could be considered a fault.
Like, we don't. We laugh at it.
We logical.
All the memes,
we're logical.
So we're like,
okay, you might got me a little bit. You might got me, girl. You might got me.
Okay,
that's me.
I'll work it on it. And we're always work. We work on ourselves. We want to improve.
We do.
Feedback. Yes, please say something.
I'm in all my time. All my time and efforts on me. I'm into it.
Oh wait, is that Dutch? I don't even know who that was.
That R double is Dutch. It's the R double Dutch.
Look at that.
I was wondering.
like, who is this? I'm like,
double R read. I was wondering if that was Dutch's.
Okay, I would have picked
She's
me.
the honorary
She didn't snuck on. She didn't snuck on. Okay.
Okay, so some of the cons, we're overly critical. Our attention to detail and desire for perfection can sometimes come off as nitpicking and overly critical to others. I feel like me personally, I'm more critical on myself than I am of others. I don't pick people apart. I don't feel like I'm that type of Virgo, and I don't know. We're all different Virgos.
No, I think people are allowed to be human, so
I do, but I think that I personally, as a Virgo, will ruminate, but I don't know that it's a Virgo thing. But because I've read, again, trying to improve, I've read Psychology Today on ruminating, and other people doing that shit too. It ain't just me. If it's something that you don't like in your closest relationships, I've learned, I didn't feel like I was like this before, but I had not been in a really a marriage before. So there are things that I may have made a mountain. To me, it's still a mountain. It was never a molehill. But to to the other person, it's like, you making a mountain out of a molehill, Right. But so I don't feel like I try to pick apart, but I will ruminate and be like, my husband's a therapist, so there's that. So I get a lot of, I feel like it's therapized, but he's like, I'm not therapized. But it's like confirmation. He calls it confirmation bias. So it's like, he was gonna do that because he, you know what I mean? So in my mind, I'm not telling him that all the time, but it's coming off of me because I'm thinking those things.
Right.
So I can see that trait in myself.
Okay.
I don't feel like I'm picking him apart, but he does. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's like, hey, I'm just talking. I'm being real. How many people heard that? I'm just being real. This is what it. You don't see this, but you don't have to always ruminate and talk about what is if somebody is trying to work on it or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
it took me a time.
Oh, go ahead, Forrest.
I was gonna say it took me a long time and growth to get there. I'm super observant, right? Catch a lot of things. Catch a lot of things, whether I say something or not. Extremely critical of myself, but what I've learned is to give people grace. A lot of things aren't about me, you know what I mean? And to allow room for other people's experience. Because it doesn't have to be the way that I see it. My biggest problem, I think, and I don't know if this is Virgo or if this is me, is that I have, I call it vision, right? So like I got a little nephew that's like 5 and he can be doing something right now today, but the way in which he's doing it or whatever it is, I'm like looking at that thing 20 years down the line, like, oh no, this can't be the way that you are. So I'm trying to fix it today, and that kind of thing. And I look at things that way. And my kids are all grown now. They've taught me that, like, that was a lot of pressure to grow up under. Like, give us some room. And so now I've learned a little more grace. I'm still as observant. I'm still as critical of myself, but I've learned to give people grace and room, just like for their own experience, and just to let some things kind of be. So I think maybe we do nitpick things apart, but it takes the time and experience, the wisdom to stop, right, or to not so much, kind of.
Exactly. Yeah. Once you're aware of it, I know
We're
for
all
me,
self-critical, I think. Go ahead.
I say for me, it's more so like I'm a critical thinker, right? So it's not that I'm trying to criticize what you're saying or what you're doing or who you are. I might have some questions, right? Because and it's for my own information. I want to know the whole, like I just don't want to know one piece of, okay, so how did you get here? Well, what about I am a critical thinker. That's just me. And so I do sometimes find myself keep trying to keep some of that to myself. Like maybe I'll just go do my own research. I'm not gonna ask him all these questions because I'm just like, that sounds crazy. But but you know what I'm saying? Like just trying, like you said, like give people, grace, the same grace that I would want given to me, which like I said, I feel like I'm more critical for myself than I am of others. So that's just
Well, on with that, I feel like we're pretty critical and analytical because
they go hand in hand, don't they?
Right. But at the same, so like with me with critical, I would ask questions and I still ask questions. And sometimes when you're talking to people, they think that you're trying to be funny. Like they think you're trying to be condescending. They think you're trying to prove something to them. And it's like, that's not it at all. It just got to make sense in my brain. I'm just trying to put it all together. But at some point I give up on it if, because it's at the end of the day, I tell them it's not that serious. Like if it can't be an easy conversation and we're just flowing, I just say, I'm good. It's okay. Because I feel misunderstood, it's so many things happening. And I'm with you as far as like, I feel like that's why I did such a pretty good job with raising my son with the whole part of seeing things in the future. Seeing things in the future is like, oh, if then you're going to be stuck thinking that this is the one way. And it makes them think, I did allow him to be human just because of my life experience. I felt like I wasn't able to be myself or express certain things. So I allowed that for my child. But at the same time, it's like, I'll tell my friends, like, I don't fool with them. And they be like, oh, da, 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 da. Like, I'm telling you. 3 years later, they come back. See, girl, what you were saying? I said, why it take you 3 years? I could have saved you the trouble.
To piggyback on
it.
Right. To piggyback what you were saying about the questions, LaDonna and Sherelle, I think when on the relationship side, like I've been told, like when I'm really trying to, like you said, I'm asking from curiosity, but it comes across. And then too, I don't have a sing-songy voice. I'm from Chicago. Like I don't know what to do. I'm 45. So, but it comes across, instead of curiosity, it comes across, you're challenging me. I think it can never be easy with you. Like it's, huh?
I think we from Chicago are naturally kind of rough around the edges. Like
I'm from the suburbs. I'm
from Alabama and I get the same thing. I'm from Alabama and I get the same thing. I had a supervisor she hated me. And I was like, why? I'm just asking. And when
you just want to
her head one day, it clicked in her head one day. She was like, oh, you just want to know? I said, yes. I've been telling you that this whole time. After that, our relationship changed so much.
That's so funny.
That is hilarious.
But that's a part of the posturing too. Like it, I'm like, I feel like just my cadence and, how I excite may not be how you excite. I might not be like a giddy, excited person, but I'm smiling, but I'm not like you know, so it just,
Oh my God.
it don't seem like I'm as excited.
Listen, I was just telling my friend that about me the other day. I was like, that's just not, I try. I just can't. I just
But I am like that
but
though.
I'm really happy on the inside. I just want to hug you because I love this gift.
Right,
but it's gonna come off like, oh, I like it. Thank you.
Right. It comes out so mid to them. Like,
but on the inside, I'm so excited. I just don't know how to do it.
I gotta learn that 20-second rah-rah. 20-second cheerleader, baby. Be a cheerleader for 20 seconds. Tap right into it. It's done.
I know. Look, they'll be like, listen,
You gotta
if you
teach it
have
to
a
me.
2-second funeral, then your ass can at least give me a 20-second rah-rah.
Right.
That's a good way for Virgos to kind of.
They need to teach us that when we're little. They need to teach us that when we're little.
They do. They do. Miss Bond and Miss PJ. Why y'all ain't teaching us that? So, okay, so some of the other personality traits that, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't feel like it's me, but I know all Virgos don't fit every single thing, every single trait that, you know, is defined. And some of it's like based on your personality, upbringing and all that. But things like having high expectations, inflexibility. I feel like I do have a high expectations, but I'm flexible. Like, I don't feel like I'm just like, if you do not meet this, I will never talk. I wish I was better at sticking with my expectations. Yes, I am very like, oh, puppy.
Yeah, he has these 4 things over here. So this 1-2 things. Maybe we can.
So I think our inflexibility comes around something different because we are super flexible in the way you all just described, right? But when we have something planned, right? Just think about like some DZ, you like to throw an event, right? Yes. When we have something planned out in our minds and then it does not go, I don't know, I'm super guilty of this. It does not go according to plan. Mm-hmm. It's gonna take God and country to get me back because it's too now it's ruined. You know what I mean? Like I'm frazzled. It didn't go. I'm wound tight now. You know what I mean? So that's where I think my inflexibility comes in. I have to like tell myself, hey, this is not the hill to die on. This is not a big deal. You know, roll with it. But that's a conversation that has to happen in the back of my head.
Right. Be mad as hell because it rained in Mexico the day you was gonna get there and you couldn't kick it or go to the beach or whatever.
Whatever. Mad.
Now we ain't doing nothing.
Have the conversation in the back of my head, like, hey, it's not a big deal. Just roll with it. Everything will be fine. But that's where I feel like we're inflexible. Is that true for anybody else?
In some ways, yeah, that's happened.
Well, I feel like the only time I'm not flexible at this point, the only time I'm not flexible is if I don't, there's nothing I can do about it. Meaning appointments, like business stuff, like if I could be flexible in business hours, even though I have my business hours set, you have a set time. I'm a massage therapist. So you have slots. And, you know, even with business, you feel like sometimes people can take advantage of, or, you know, take you for granted, take advantage of the situation and come in late. I'm still pretty flexible. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, one day I might need somebody to be flexible for me. But it took a lot of growth because before, I was stringent. I was like, no. If you violate me, then I'm not flexible at all with that. That's over.
Love it. Okay, let's get into the softer side of the Virgo. We done beat the alpha. Heard it. Like, okay, we get it. We working on all those things, everyone. Just so we're clear.
I'm not working on anything.
Okay,
I'm work in progress.
Okay. No, I'm just saying, like, the reason why I say that is because the truth of the matter is the things that they have a problem with is not a problem. It's not a problem.
That's the whole point.
It's
not a problem. You gotta understand me too. We gotta understand each other.
Right. So I was gonna say, Sherelle, are you in a relationship?
No.
So to me,
you were
nobody.
No, girl.
Everybody has baggage, right? everybody on this call, everybody that's watching has baggage, relationship baggage, how you were brought up, what you saw from your parents, what you saw from your peers, whatever, your personal, I mean, a lot of us are in our 40s, so we have baggage. So there's no real preparation, because no matter how much you prepare single, you still gonna have to deal with baggage when you get into the relationship, because you're gonna have baggage you didn't even realize that's gonna pop up because you're in a committed relationship. Mm-hmm. The devil don't like marriage and all of that kind of stuff, so you're going to, like, why do people have marriages where it's hard to have sex a lot when they was fucking like jackrabbits before they got married? Like, that gotta be something to that, like, that's just supernatural, right? Because why? But so my point is, you don't really have to, I mean, you should, as like how Portia mentioned earlier, working on her holistically, working on her whole self, not as a girlfriend, as a wife, because you can't prepare for that. It's just like having a baby. Don't nobody prepare you for real. They can tell you, but until you do it, you're not going to get it.
So can't prepare for what?
For having a baby, raising kids.
Oh, okay.
Nobody can prepare you for that, right? I feel like it's the same way with when you get into a committed relationship with a new person. You gotta deal with that person's baggage. Your baggage is gonna come up. Baggage that you dealt with in another relationship may not be an issue with this relationship. Now it's a different kind of baggage that didn't come up in the other one. Like, it's just gonna be like that. So you saying that I ain't working on nothing, that's okay. Like, work on your own self holistically.
Yeah,
but
you gotta know where I'm coming from when I say that, though, because that's a whole nother story. Okay. So no, am I trying to make sure I'm a whole healthy person? Yes, that's not what I mean when I say that. But that comes from a different story, a backstory. So
okay, so
we go behind the scenes. I'll tell you what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay. So, but to sum it up, I feel like, despite like what's on this list, as far as these are the things that Virgos need to work on, as human beings, as women, as people in relationships, like, there is always going to be some work that you need to do on yourself that is going to be a plus for whatever relationship you get in, right? And Portia, you and I were talking about this last week. We were talking about how sometimes, I think the example that I use is like, people go from like relationship to relationship, like they don't actually spend any time focusing on self and working on the things that, they need to work on before they actually get into the next relationship. That's how like a lot of trauma gets passed on from relationship to relationship. And
I was with you too.
Yeah.
I try to give myself at least a year before getting with somebody else.
Yeah. But the example that Portia gave, I never really thought about that. Where you said that, people who had never been in like that, in a relationship that challenged them, that forced them to take a look at themselves.
Right.
They don't ever work on anything because no one's ever even given them that mirror to show them that there is something
before marriage. That literally was me before. Nobody put no mirror up to me.
I hate to say this, but in the conversation,
you was putting the mirrors up.
You were my
wait. Go ahead, tell your friend. Tell your friend.
You were my example. I was like Courtney. I used you as my example. I was like, before the marriage, she was just living her life.
I was none the wiser about self-work. I just thought relationship, like the marriage, I don't think I ever thought either way if it was going to be hard or easy or whatever. A lot of times we just think about the good things that the ideals. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a lot of, the purpose of marriage is, your marriage is, your partner is a reflection of you. So whatever is getting on your last nerves about what they're doing, a lot of times it's something in you that is mirroring a fault that you have as well, so, and you're critiquing, like, because we self criticize ourselves a lot too. So it's real deep.
Yeah.
It really is.
That look at you growing and stuff, Court. I love it. I love it. Marriage looks good on you, sis. Where is Mikkel?
Don't bring Mikkel along, so you'll have us here another 2 hours.
I feel like in my life, in my past, I feel like I've been working on myself since I can remember because nobody understood me. So I've been working on living life, understanding other people, being able to live in a world of people who didn't understand me. Like I said, I'm 47, so I've been working on myself as long as I remember. And I'm at the stage to where I really do understand that either I'm going to be alone, which I'm okay with that. I'm not one that's seeking marriage or, a partner, a good partner. Yeah, that's where I am mentally, to where, and you still have to find somebody who fits you, of course. Like we fit each other. We're going to still have compromise. But I'm not looking to be married. I'm not interested in being married. So it's only so far, like some of the things I don't understand because I've never been married. So a lot of times you ladies see me just talk. I mean, listen, because when you speak about certain things, I'm learning some things from you.
Okay.
So, my take might be a little bit different than some people because of where I am in my life, but I'm very comfortable with where I am.
That's good. It's about the self-work, because I think that sometimes, like, well, I know I'm gonna speak for myself. When I get into a relationship, I'm like all in, that I'm not even worried about myself. Like I'm not, like, I think about myself last. And I have had the most growth, and I've learned so much not being in a relationship, that I feel like is preparing me for, even though I agree with you, Court, like nothing can prepare you for every single relationship.
You've been married before, though, too,
but
so
yeah,
it's not a walk in the park.
Yeah,
like
that's
some people might think, every
every
day. It's some very noble aspects, and that I love about being married. But my husband, I'm not saying it's behind his back. Like we have to wake up every day and choose to do it. That's a part of the commitment. But yeah, you're saying that you're preparing for marriage.
Yeah, exactly. So let's get into the softer side of the Virgos.
Yes, the softest place on earth.
We are, and raise your hand if you agree with this or if you're working on this. Loyal and reliable.
Yep.
Once committed, Virgos are steadfast and dependable, often maintaining long and faithful relationships. That's everybody on their head.
I have stayed longer than I should.
Me too.
You two have witnessed some things. I have stayed longer than I should have.
Yeah.
I just don't want to leave them just high and dry. No. Save yourself, sis. Save yourself.
I mean, that shows up in my friendship.
I'm real good at saving myself.
You good? Okay, so Sherelle got the cutoff game.
Right, cutoff game on lock.
I'm still working on mine. But yeah, I mean, like my friendship, 30 plus
Well, let me
years.
tell you, LaDonna, the only reason why I'm really good at it now is because I feel like I've given, like I'm transparent in conversation. And then once it's time for me to go, they made the choice, not me. Because whatever they did, they violated. And I was really clear as to what my boundaries were. Okay. And I felt like I didn't have a choice because they made it clear where they stood. That's the only reason why.
There's a meme that says that if a Virgo cuts you off, you handed them the scissors. Virgo, if a Virgo, baby, you did everything. They gave you so much rope and you didn't do nothing with that rope but hang yourself. Like all the room in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what I've realized that I've done is like I've gotten to the point where in order for me to let you in, that's gonna take a lot of work now. Like before I was like free, like everyone's whoa,
I'm kind of
everyone,
like that. Y'all be
everyone's
like,
great.
who's this now? What friend is this?
That's that
Right.
Chicago.
You deserve a chance, and you're a hard worker. And
But my core friends are like my core friends. So like my new friends, you know, it's just different. I don't know. Like Portia is my friend. So I have like decade friends. So Portia is my teenage friend that I'm still friends with. LaDonna, you my friend from my 30s that I'm still friends with.
Since the first day we met, we've been friends. Like,
Right. First day.
I was about to say, it's not that hard to be my friend, but because I think that once we click, we click. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get in a room together, we usually click. Now, if you meet a Virgo that you don't click with, you be like, what's wrong with that?
That would be
what is
really outstanding for me, because you must be a bad person if I don't see nothing good about you, or like on the first, you know, because I'm friends with, I mean, I'm cool with everybody. Mikhail has to kind of reel me back in, like, okay, this is an associate, this is a friend, this is the therapist.
right.
Me and the kids down, like, this is what an associate is.
What were you saying in relationship, LaDonna? What were you saying?
Yeah, so in relation, because that's what I was specifically talking about. Like in relationships, like in order for you to get that loyalty that I used to give freely to anyone that I was dating, because I thought everyone was great. There's I admitted this, like there's a wall there, because I know that once I let you in, you're in, and you're gonna get the best parts of me. And I don't feel like everyone deserves that.
That's true.
And
yeah, you get the long arm for a long time.
Yeah. And so
how does that look in today's dating world though? Like how does the long arm look when everybody is so micro? Again, all I have to go by,
microwave.
Me and LaDonna need to talk more often, because all I had to go by is
your
podcast.
Yeah, the thing,
only the strong survive.
Yeah, so the way that
they seem like they willing to walk away, because there's so many willing, especially in Atlanta.
And we have to have that same attitude. But the thing is, like,
well, there's some willingness phase.
The way it shows up in my relationships is that I get often guys tell me that like I'm hard to read. You know, they're like, I don't know if you like me or not. And
I always got that.
You know, you could take it or leave it. And like, really, I can't. I really can't take it or leave it. But it's like once I get to a point with you that I feel that I could be vulnerable, and it usually starts with vulnerability coming from your side. And if I get to that point, then that's when you get to get all the gifts that comes with, you know, really getting in the circle of LaDonna. But yeah, in the beginning, and this just, you know, free, you know, flowing, you know, I can take it or leave it. You can take it or leave it. You seeing her, or you know, you got this going on, I got that going on. It's just all fun, baby. Like this ain't nobody committed. like don't be
I was always there. I'm like, listen, what are we doing? Not really. I wasn't really like that to them, because I'm still an aloof Virgo. But after a little, you know, I'm like, you know, I'd be in 3-month relationships quarterly, like.
Tell Mikhail.
Hey, Mikhail. Hey, brother-in-law.
The building.
But yeah. Poor how's it showing up for you as far as?
I'm benefit of the doubt until you prove otherwise. So I'm benefit of the doubt until you prove otherwise. I have, over the years, there's been some years I've had some growth, as I've already indicated. I've been told by other guys, like, you are worse than a dude. Like, you got some real dude-like qualities with you. But I'm benefit of the doubt until you prove otherwise. But once I decide to show up, that's really the truth. I'm not. Once I decide to show up in a relationship, that's something. Don't fuck that up. That's not gonna go well for nobody. Because it's really like a real it's a real gift. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not in conceit or like in some kind of big headedness. That's just it's a real gift. Until then, though, benefit of the doubt. I'm an observer. I'm super observant. I'm super paying attention to everything, whether I say something or not. I'm super watching all the moves and making decisions constantly. Decide means to cut off from any other possibility.
Don't make a decision.
No problem.
I like how Portia said that until she decides to show up, I have to show up twice. So I can meet you once. And to my friends, you just the laundromat dude. That's your name.
My God, it's not just me. Okay, see, it's not just me. Look, it's not just me. See,
look,
it's hard to keep up.
Hey, I don't know the name for a long time.
I don't know your name. Listen, the laundromat dude. The laundromat dude. Where you going? I was out with the laundromat dude. You remember the laundromat dude? And then one day we'll be going out, and then he'll say something and make me be like, "Oh, okay." And then I'm like, "What's your name again?"
You talking about? He got a name.
You got a cousin. You said how many kids you got? Now I done showed up. Okay.
Now you care. Now you actually care to know him.
Sometimes guys call me out on it. Sometimes guys call me out. They be like, "Oh, now it matter, huh? Yeah, it matter now."
Oh, and don't mess around.
I need to save your number.
Don't mess around and see your name in my phone. You're gonna be really, really upset. It's not gonna say your name.
That's hilarious. Okay. Okay. See, look, we gonna talk almost an hour and a half. Okay. All right. To wrap us up, I want each of you to give us just a synopsis of the value that you bring into a relationship. You show up that we've broken past the barrier. They're no longer the laundromat dude. They're no longer you're no longer
what you bring to the table. This is sounding real red pillish. I'm kidding.
We're gonna start with you, Courtney, because Mikhail wants to know.
Right.
but just describe the value of being in a relationship with you, Portia.
Me?
Describe the value of being in a relationship with Portia.
So I think I already talked to the point of this, just that the kind of caregivers we are, right? But the other thing, I say this and people take it how they want to. I'm a king maker. I'm a builder. And I know it. So, and I feel like as Virgo women, my friends, I feel like y'all are too. So at the end of the day, don't tell me your dreams and ambitions, baby, because I'm finna do all the research and get behind your ass like a locomotive, and we going. We finna get everything.
Going, right.
What you want? You want that building right there? You want the Taj Mahal? We finna get it. We finna figure out how to get the Taj Mahal. I'm on it today. So, right. I'm on it right now. So, your hopes and dreams become my hopes and dreams. I'm a builder, and I'm a nurturer in that way. So you get a woman like me in your life, and the sky is the limit. You're never going to have a better support system for your hopes, your dreams, your desires ever. It's just not. I haven't seen it. That's what I'm gonna say. So I believe this is what it is, right? Because I haven't seen it better. So at the end of the day, get you one. Get you one, because you're gonna have. It's gonna be that thing. Get you one, because I promise you, nobody else is ever gonna be behind you and support you and nurture what you want in life in the way that a Virgo woman will. We are builders. We are natural nurturers. So Like what you
So
say,
do they
Sherelle,
have-
only your mama could do it better. And, and I'm giving her ass a run.
Only
for
your
her.
mother.
Look, no, and I'm giving her ass a run for her money.
I love it. I love it.
Check it
So,
out.
Portia, so what if you come across somebody who
Don't have no ambitions?
Yeah, they don't know what they don't know that they want
met
that
him, I
building
was with
over
him.
there.
You met him.
Yeah.
I was
Why
with
he
him
make
before
it past your radar?
He ain't not a
I'm
man.
kidding.
Look, I'm like,
Yeah,
What happened next? No, I mean it's not. So like maybe it's all over the place. So you try to maybe help hone in, or
I have been there. You watch that relationship. I ended up very, very miserable. I ended up very, very unhappy because it wasn't a real thing.
You couldn't really latch on to even provide the support. So
No,
it's like
they were extremely content with where they were. And what I will tell you is that if where you are is someplace I want to be, great. We're gonna be just fine. But if where you are is we not there yet, then you in trouble. You in trouble.
Right. Honey, are we
and they
there
were
yet?
in trouble. And then I had to go because I wasn't staying there.
Yeah, because the man is really supposed to provide the vision, right? That's all. Like you don't have to know how to get there. You don't have to like have all the skills and everything to get there. Have a vision. That's all we need.
But at the same time, no,
you're wrong. The woman brings the vision.
The woman sees it through.
Gotta have something she can work
right.
with.
So the thing about it is, how do men respond to them saying, you know what, I would like to buy that building over there, and then they woman make it happen. So like a lot of these men have egos and they want to figure it out on their own. They don't want necessarily, I'm not speaking for all men, I'm not a man, but the ego speaking, and they're like, this is my baby, this is my vision, I'm gonna do it. But then you looking at them and they doing it slow, or like slower than you would do it, or not really, so that can be an issue.
Announcement of wanting the building. I'm not about to provide the building.
Right. No, I know.
I'm about to have all this pillow talk about
business plan.
It's how you bring it up.
And I can see
But when you get that building, I know the guys who can paint for you.
There. Oh, I think that's a great idea. Even possibly this too.
Okay, love it. That's what I was looking for.
You're feeding his vision.
What you're talking about.
Feeding it. You're feeding it.
Pick up Nan's shovel.
Right, because you were talking about the research and all that, so I was just making sure.
If he needed me, if he needed me to help him, yeah.
Look, I'm a researcher. He got it.
But really, I think men like that. They like for you to, and my husband has told me this before, like the women in his life, his mom, God rest her soul, but she would, well, when you get that building, what you think you gonna do? And that's something that I have to learn to do, and not do the research, the like those are the easy things for me, is to be like, okay, so I pulled this up. All you got to do is, and that's not what feeds them. They want the, like you said, the vision. The woman doesn't necessarily provide, like biblically, the vision, but like the vision is speaking to it. Like you said, so I thought that was a real good point.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking life.
Okay.
Speaking life into the vision. To give them the fuel to go forth and make the vision happen.
But I'm gonna tell you, don't ask me, LaDonna, because Portia said it. I second what Portia said.
Pretty much,
I could not have said it better.
Okay. Okay, Court, then it's your turn.
For me, I'm big on partnership. I'm big on I'm probably similar to Portia with my husband says biblically women are the wisdom. We'll have a conversation about that when we get out.
Because
it's true.
Proverbs and all of a proverb is referred to as wisdom. Is exactly right. He is not lying.
Ruth.
Yeah, so men provide the vision, we provide the wisdom to see it through.
I am correct.
Thank you, Mikkel.
Thank you for coming through with that word. But yeah, I think for me, partnership, you know, knowing that I'm not a taker, like I'm a giver. Like I'm going to, you know, contrary to what is happening in the news with couples and all of that kind of stuff, all of that insignificant things. Like I'm here to be the partner to help with the kid, or you know, help raise the kids. Those things seem to be taken for granted by a lot of our generation. Like they don't really even talk about those things. But so many of us have kids and don't have the partnership to, you know, help with that. And that goes like my husband and I are both partners. Like I'm not the only one rearing the kids. Sometimes I'm, you know, I'm out here working super, super hard, and he's got to take, you know, he's making sure the kids get fed. Like we have a partnership. So I think just knowing that he doesn't have somebody that whose expectations are one that he will feel alone in that. In you know the day-to-day and the things in life that we have to do as a couple. One thing that I would like to be is, since like somebody mentioned, our kids will be grown in 6 years. We'll be empty nesters. So I'm like, if they about to be 12 this year, to me that's almost grown. I was almost grown at 12. So you already know. So I'm like, we need to start living, you know, for ourselves more. We need to redo the date nights and all of those things. Because like I mentioned earlier, we change every time the kids go up a grade, we're changing, you know, our lives are changing. So yeah, so that's it. Partnership, teamwork. Somebody said teamwork is key. And that's the truth. People take teamwork for granted. I really appreciate the partnership that my husband and I have, because a lot of women are like, oh, even though I'm married, it's still all on me. That's one problem I do not have. My husband, y'all know I'm not a morning person. My husband get up, the kids be walking to the bus stop. It was up to me. He'd drive them to school. So, you know, that to me is invaluable for me. You know, for another woman, she might find it invaluable that, you know, I can't, he gotta be the person that's taking on all of the bills and doing X, Y, Z, but our stuff is partnership. So yeah, that's it.
Do you know your husband's love language?
I do. His love language is probably equally physical touch and words of affirmation. Two things that are not natural for me.
Okay.
Ooh, can we talk about physical touch?
They're not natural. There have been times where I'm like, I bet he would love it if I would just take my hand and just.
People need to know that though. They need to know that that's just not natural for us, and we're trying if we do it.
Try to do it.
I want to say plainly, and I need to be as plain as possible. If I don't want you to touch me, do not touch me.
Okay.
However, if I like you, baby, I'm so lovey-dovey.
You're always touching.
I'm sickening. Like I'm all over. Just I can't. Ain't gonna be enough cuddles. Ain't gonna be enough hugs. Ain't gonna be enough random kids. It's just not. It's just not. Like I can be so all over you. If you that, but if you're not, trying to. I was on a date with a guy, and he reached to kiss. He tried to lean in, tried to kiss me. I was, bro. He saw that up there in his face.
Whoa.
No, thank you. Nobody asked for this.
No, thank you.
Invite you over here.
And this is why I don't do dates like that. Like, you know, or when I was single, like, you ain't gotta take me to Prime 112 and I barely know you. I don't want to sit across from you, even though I love me some steak. I don't want to have to be forced to figure out how to talk to you.
Like you already.
No, I'm good. Let's go have an ice cream date. The date that all these women don't like. Take me to Dairy Queen. Don't even take me to no gourmet ice cream. I want a vanilla dipped in chocolate.
Listen, that is so crazy. I went to the prom with somebody that I didn't like. He asked my mom if he could take me to prom, and I went to prom with a guy. And he was like, "Oh, we got a hotel room for after." I was like, "Why?"
What?
He said, we're going to dinner at first. And I was like, "No, you don't even have to take me to dinner. I'll go home and make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich." That's what I
Oh, no, that's a prom hotel.
I meant that.
Period.
No, we really good people, y'all. Don't listen to us.
We are.
No, I know.
Get you one.
Portia brought it back with the kingmaker. Don't y'all want to be kings?
Yes. Don't you come on over to the Queens? But yeah, so for me, I mean, I feel like a lot that Portia said and Court with the partnership summed it up for me. But just in my own words, I'm definitely a strong like nurturer. Like I really believe in like pouring into people, and like especially I feel like that's actually like one of my gifts is like if there's anything that needs like healing, fixing, like I feel like let me help you. I really like believe in being like a helpmate. So I think that that I'm traditional in that aspect. Definitely believe in partnerships. Like I don't want, not that I wouldn't appreciate a man that wants to be the provider and I don't have to work. That's great that you want to do that, but that would not work for me because I have my own drive and I, what I'm saying, I have something in me that still needs to be filled. So I want to be a great partner. Like I want us to create generational wealth. I want us to build a legacy for our children, my children, the children of the world. Like that's just that. Like I feel like that's part of my purpose, and so I definitely bring that into a relationship. So I'm not that lazy, dormant partner that's just like, okay, well, I'm here, take care of me. Absolutely not. I'm actively. Do you need a secretary? You need a website? You need business cards? Yes. You need, what I'm saying, a salesperson. Like if I don't know how to do the shit, I'll learn it.
Learn it.
Today. You're gonna learn it.
That is the part that's so funny. That's a part of all of it. When Mikhail first, he was still in college. He was still getting his master's. I was like, okay, I'm ready to get started. So my vision is I see you on stages. I see you being a motivational speaker. You love to talk. You need to get paid for that. And that is, I can remember that as clear as day. And like now it's starting to come, he's working on that and it's starting to come to fruition. But like that is something I feel we all share. We see something in you and you say the word. It's like, okay, well, what can I do to help get there? I mean, it's going to benefit both of us, but also just personally, as people, like even in business, I'm not a gatekeeper. I want to see everybody win. Even if I'm in the same business with somebody, I feel like I have the law of abundance. So I feel like there is room for all of us. Yes. There's a man for everybody that want a man. There's wealth for everybody that wants more wealth. I just believe that. So I found that funny that you mentioned that, or both of y'all said it, because I remember that conversation. It's like, man, let's do it.
Let's do it.
And then we can do it together. We can, leverage my strengths.
Yes.
I don't find that. We're women. We're not, prissy. We are princesses in a way, but not in that way, that get, like where I'm just a pillow princess and I'm just gonna lay back and let him take care of me. Yes, there's so many ways to take care of a woman and a man. So yeah, take care of each other.
Take care of each other. Yep. And and for me, And like, I don't know what part. Well, okay, I'll take this back. So before I met all my Virgo friends, I really didn't have an idea of what parts of my personality was Virgo and what part is just LaDonna, right? So, because I'm the type of person, and like all my friends can attest to this, like I can be fun time Barbie because I like to turn up and I like to have a good time, and I want everyone around me to have a good time. I'm corporate Barbie. I'm gonna stand up there. I'm gonna run the whole. Like I really should be someone's CTO, right? I'm gonna run the shit out the shit. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
That's Virgo and
fun time Barbie on vacation. And corporate Barbie can stand up there with the best of them and teach them all. Okay. And then I'm this loving, like I love my friends. I love my family. Like anybody that I let in, like you have my heart. And it will be like you are in no matter what. Like me and my ex-husband, like that's family. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's such a
I don't want the man.
Right.
Right. But and people don't know, like they don't
get it.
They don't get it. But like that's my family.
I get it. I think it's beautiful.
Like I want the best for him. I don't want anything bad for him. I don't want him. So I want like his woman. Like I'm like, hey, what y'all need to keep this thing going? Oh, he needs somewhere to go because he ain't coming up.
Yes, I am with you. I'm with you.
So that's me. And then
they can't say nothing ever bad about you. Like you the one that got away. If anything.
Period. But it's like, there's all these different sides of me, but like I feel like all of this would be great for the right man. You just like I don't feel like my standards are like super, super high, like that can't nobody meet them. Absolutely not. There's just gonna be some tests to get. I gotta make sure that you can handle it once you get it, because it's like it's not going nowhere. So I think in one of the sessions we did, one of the brothers said that it's a woman's nature to naturally like test a man, to put him through tests. I never even thought about that.
I feel like my husband said that to me before. Yeah, I
take the test. That's the way they take it, but I don't be out here handing out tests. Like I'm not.
No, I don't feel that way.
God enters your life, and
they may take it that way, but
if a guy enters your life and he explains to you that he is the world's best carpenter, right? You're gonna ask that man to build a shed, and if he can't build a shed, you're gonna be like, "But you said you was the carpenter."
Yeah, were you asking just to see if he could do it, or because you needed a shed?
Exactly.
Both.
Both.
Need him to build something, and he better bring those skills he said he had, because it's not about. I don't think that we out here designing tests for me,
right?
But I am going to expect you to be who you present yourself.
Who you say you
are. That's why I said they may take it that way.
And the minute you are not who you said you were, I'm gonna look at you crazy. I'm gonna take a look. I'm definitely gonna be like, okay,
right,
got it.
Let me ask y'all this: what is y'all's love languages? What's your love language, LaDonna?
Mine, my top two are words of affirmation and quality time. And I feel like words of affirmation. I just want to explain this really quick because for the fellas out there listening, I feel like words of affirmation should be like one of the easiest things to do, but for some reason, it's hard for men. Why? That's easy.
It ain't just men.
Why is it so hard, Courtney?
It's not that it's hard. It's just what comes more natural to you. And so words of affirmation is far down on my list.
And you know what? We tend to give out whatever our love language is. And that's not more of that, right? Because that's
right.
We think that's what you want. Everybody wants.
Everybody
Right, but I want, right.
I want it.
Mine are acts of service And let's see, black top, red 3.
Oh, she done
quality time. No, I recently did this. Because I had to let somebody know that physical touch was number 5 for me.
Oh, okay.
It's at the bottom of my list.
Portia, what's yours?
So I thought I knew mine off the top of my head, but she gonna make me go back and look. But I'm gonna tell you this.
That was so Virgo of me, wasn't it?
Yes.
She did something slick. So I was like, I want
kind of like what I did, my 2 truths and a lie.
But true story, I tested very close on all of them with a significant dip in receiving gifts. Yeah. I didn't care about that at all. But acts of service was up there. Physical touch was up there. I think it was like acts of service, quality time, or it might have been quality time, acts of service. But right behind it was physical touch, and words of affirmation probably took like a 2-point dip, and then gifts was like
mine was last. Gifts was last for me
on my list. Yeah,
gifts was number 3 for me.
Even though it was further down, I do very much so like receiving gifts.
Yes.
But
yes, everyone out there, we love gifts.
We still want gifts.
We like gifts, everyone.
Thoughtful gifts though, for me.
That's what I'm saying. Me too, Portia.
Don't get me just anything just because like, I bought her something. I'm gonna be like, oh, how nice, thank you, like that. If you give me something that's thoughtful, like this is the stupidest thing, but I always tell this story when I talk about giving me a gift. My kid's father. When we were first dating, I'll never forget, I was putting away my laundry. He was by the house and I ran out of hangers. The very next time he showed up to my house, this man had a bunch of hangers. Hangers was like 50 cents for a 10-pack. You know what I mean? But he had a bunch of, that's like when I was like, oh my God. That was like,
you listen.
Wow.
About me. That's why it's
that was the best gift.
Because he saw a need and he filled it, and that's that's big for me.
And guess what? I didn't have to ask.
That's more acts of service than it is gifts.
Yeah, it is.
Honest. It was a gift, but it in our mind, like why it probably touched so much might have been because he saw a need and filled it. And to me, that's a part of acts of service. And mine is acts of service too. I only know my top one.
That's my top one.
Mine is acts of service too.
Acts of service.
I was wondering if that was kind of a Virgo thing.
Yeah, that's not top. That's not high on my list. Like for me, I think it comes down to like needing to feel like appreciated and seen, which is why like words of affirmation are important to me.
Yeah.
And it's also like a double-edged sword because like negative things like affect me. Negative criticism, criticizing me, like, like verbal abuse, stuff like that. Like I just can't. I don't like to argue too much. Like I need positive words, please. Find a way to
don't like in an argument, like I don't really care. Like I won't even remember if you said something mean to me. Like he'll be feeling so bad. Like I don't be remembering. I don't care about words. I care more about the action. So for me, even positive, I like the positive. I mean, we like all of them, but it's just what scores higher, Higher, yeah. So like I of course like positive words of affirmation, but it's not something that really moves me as much as like, actually when I see my man washing my car himself, or if I see, it's like, oh yeah.
And then you're supposed to give him a word of affirmation when he
right.
So here's the crazy thing.
Go ahead and touch it. Rub them.
And to me, that kind of goes hand in hand with gift giving because that was a gift for me. That's why I have them like right there.
Yeah,
because that to me that's a gift. You're giving me your time. You're giving me your effort. It's a gift.
Effort. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. What were you saying, Court? I mean, no, Portia, you were saying something.
She said time. I said, don't get me started on giving somebody my time.
Oh,
that's a gift.
Oh yeah, and quality time is high on my list.
Yeah, it's a gift.
My time is valuable, extremely valuable. Please don't play with it.
Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. But again, like for me, like even like when I was married, like some of the things that like I loved was like, you know, number one, always having someone to go to all the concerts that I want to go to with, like having someone like automatically any vacation, I'm set. Like we're good. We're doing this. But like just like little dates. So like we used to do like a date night every week. And it was like it didn't even have to be like anything extravagant, like not like a lot of money. It could be a, you know, a date at home. It could be, you know, drinks down the street. It could be the strip club. Like I didn't care. Like just but like making that time is what made it
quality time.
Right. Yeah. Where like you're not on your phone, you're not, you know what I'm saying, running to do this or running to do that. Like we are spending that time together, even if we just go to sleep.
Now, when y'all go on dates, are y'all able to stay off y'all phones?
Yes.
On date?
I purposely tried. Well, I'm getting better. I'm not gonna say that.
I'm married, child. It takes. But maybe that's because being married is different because you see that person every day. But on a date, it's like maybe it'd be easier to do it on a date because you don't see that person. You don't live with that person. So
if I'm with somebody and I'm on my phone and it's outside of business hours, that's a warning shot.
Yeah, I feel like I purposely put that time and intention into the date. I expect the same thing, but if they don't, I don't say anything. I just make a note of it.
Make a note. Because it's a warning shot either way, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because like for me, like I'm not like a big social media person. So I'm never the one that's like scrolling or doing any of that. If I do check my phone, I'm literally thinking like, oh, is it one of my kids? No, everybody else can wait. But
yeah,
but that is a red flag. Even though if I was on my date and I felt like I need to go check Instagram because I don't even be on it like that.
Right. That would really be a red flag.
That's a warning shot.
That's a warning shot.
When's the last time I posted, sis? Back in October?
Right. That would be major for y'all. Right. Yeah, that's true.
Suddenly, I can't get off Instagram. This is so interesting. You know what's
I am uninterested.
You're not interested.
You're not interested. Somebody call my phone. Please, somebody.
Anybody. I might text you. SOS. Bring me.
I'm ready, boyfriend. I'll be right there. Girl, we gotta go. This has been fun. Like, oh my God. First of all, like as girlfriends, when was the last time we just like had like just girl talk for real?
It's been a long time that I've been.
Look, we've been busy.
We've been busy.
This is like date night for us. This quality time. Because I guess for friendships, you kind of need something like that too. Like, life is life and for everybody, but you still have to at some point, at least quarterly.
I know.
Some kind of time.
But you know what? I feel like I get like my love language is fed through my friends. Like you all always giving me positive words of affirmation. Like, we make time for each other. Like if I ring the bell, they're like, okay, what time is it? Where we like, but y'all,
is the party. She's the party queen.
I used to be that person.
Yeah, and I'm just.
I used to be that person.
You are good at bringing people together.
I just don't feel like you should see my group. That's what I do. I have friends on each side, and both of them kind of glue together because I feel like all my friends have to be funny. You have to be funny. That's where I'm at in my life. If we all gonna laugh and have a good time, you're gonna be smart. We're all gonna learn something from each other, and you have to be funny. That's what it takes to enter my.
Okay.
I'll never forget the first time I met LaDonna. Not the first time I met her, but we met in the DR. and we came back to Atlanta, and I was seeing a guy, and he was like, I want to take you to Lake Lanier. I got a boat. So I'm thinking, I done made fruit trays and shit, brought some wine. LaDonna, I invited my girls. LaDonna comes. She got Belvedere. I mean, like the Costco in her bag. She's just a ready-made party. But anyway, we get on a boat. Unbeknownst to me, this was not like this guy was. Portia, it was Nicole. Were you there?
No, I definitely was not present in the county.
It was
children
back then, right? But it was not a leisurely yacht ride. It was a it was a speedboat. Speedboat. Well, lost her camera. We still had a camera. This was like 2009. It was a mess, but it was fun. We had a great time. But anyway, it's a testament to, I mean, the way LaDonna shows up has never changed from the Good Time Girl sounds like a 304, but she's not. I'm saying like for her friends, like or anybody around, she's
not that kind of good time.
She's a fun time. She's a fun time, guys. Okay.
No, because it's like
she loves to have fun.
Yeah, it's just automatic.
It's naturally who she is, and I love that about her. Because a lot of us can be very introverted. I'm social, but I'm an introvert. And I don't know social media. Right. I'll be at the crib. But I like to have a good time. But when we come back, like I can give you one Saturday or Friday. And that's it. And then I need like the whole day to recuperate. Like, you can do 2 days in a row. I can't do that anymore.
Yeah. We ain't doing it either.
I need to recuperate for myself. I'm so sorry. I gave too much energy to the people. I have to get it back.
Right. You're reliving. Like you're catching up.
But
I gave it all.
Did you see that? The little what is it, a meme or a gift? The little girl said, I'm too tired of being beautiful or everything yesterday. I can't do it today too.
Right.
I don't have it in me today. I gave it all yesterday.
One weekend day. That's it.
That's how it was yesterday, LaDonna.
Just didn't have it in you. But you know what? I feel like that's what vacations are for, right? And
I agree with that. Now, vacation, I will put it all on the mat. Take one for the team.
If I got on the plane, I've already.
Right. If I got on the plane,
you committed.
I'm committed.
Hold on.
That's where that team player come in at.
Loyalty.
I need a few naps.
I have some video footage of you napping while we were getting dressed.
In the club, at the bus stop, waiting on the shuttle, like Portia would take a nap. Okay.
If I need a nap, I need a nap. Okay. I listen to my body and respect what it says.
She sound like me. I be around here talking about I am on 3%. And I know everybody can identify with a cell phone. I'm on 3%. I'm going on 3%. I'm on 45%.
I can't do naps because I feel like I will stay asleep. So I just take
20 good minutes.
I don't do power naps. I'll be asleep.
If you wake her up, the level of cranky, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I don't do it.
Let her stay asleep.
Yeah, but I don't even do it. I don't, because I know I want to go, so I'm just gonna stay up. I'll just
slumber.
Yeah,
slumber.
There's this commercial, and like Imani she just be on cue every time she hear waiting on me to say something. But it's a commercial about Vegas, and the guy is like, "Do you know 50% of the people don't party to their full capacity?" And I'm like, "What?
That is insane."
That's insane. And he was like, 32% of people don't reach the full level of their ability to party. And I was like, and he's like, that's a concern. And I'm like, it is. Like, maybe you're not partying to your capacity. Like, what is wrong with you? I'm going all the
way. People looking at me. I feel like, because all my people on the West Coast, my cousins, them, everybody in Cali, Phoenix, they love to party. Like, I just be like,
when I'm out
We
partying,
go
I'm
to the
partying.
lounge, like we ain't like, I don't know. It just seemed like
I need that. If I have had a hard week, or a hard month, let me say that. It's not even a week.
Yeah,
for me to party like that, it had to be like a consistent period of time of just my head is just like this. Like I'm grinding, I'm working, And then I want to pull my hair out. I want to just have a good time where I'm not caring about nothing. My brain it needs to let it go. So yeah, that's when I can party like that.
But can you really do that in Atlanta? It needs to be a vacation because
it has to be a vacation.
It's not going to be fun here for me. That's not going to do it for me.
It is.
If I'm that busy and I'm trying to let loose, it ain't going to be in Atlanta. I'm just sorry. I love Atlanta. I live here, but I've been here over 20 years.
Small victories.
Yeah.
Your friends, you put together some things,
go to their house or something. Let's go to each other's house.
Yeah.
I don't want to go where I gotta pay just to walk in and breathe.
Sure.
And because y'all got entertainment, I got a new charge on my bill. I'm good. I'm good on that. Just come to the house. Y'all come over or I come over.
Exactly. That's what we doing.
Let's do what we doing right now. Laugh, talk.
That's what we doing.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm sorry. There was one question that came in. I want to get this out, and we can close out on this one. So someone asked, is it still a thing for a woman to accept a man that has potential? Or like, do women of today, like, if you ain't got your shit ready, set, go?
Can I please?
I just want to say,
I'm gonna say this is plainly.
She can't even get the question all the way out. Did he finish the question?
That's the question.
And I just want to say that yes, it's a thing, but darling, at this big age, I'm no longer interested in potential. Like if you have not scratched said potential or realized said potential on some level at this point, it's giving red flag. It's giving maybe it's not really real potential. Like maybe at this big age,
okay,
like if you ain't made it to the party, then you just not really invited.
Right. Any day now you'll show up.
And you can't even get in. I don't understand.
I have something to say to that too.
Okay.
Let's see. I would have said yes if the last dude didn't
fuck it up.
You feel me? So the last dude got it. He got it.
He had your one ticket.
He got
potential.
And there's no more. We're fresh out of them. Okay. The last dude got it. So
fresh out. Got it.
Yeah. So the potential is not a real thing. Potential is a hope. It's not really a real thing.
You better therapy him.
Does he have potential, or do you just see potential? And if you see potential,
that part,
does he see the potential too?
Right. That's why I mean it's not a real thing. It's
get somebody else to do it. I'm sorry.
Not even that, but it's like I'm trying to like comb it over. Like, okay,
come on, bring it all home, Corey.
It's truly not a real thing, though. It's an ideal that most of the time the woman has. They have this vision of their potential. The guy may not even, you're basing certain things, like, okay, if he got his degree or whatever, that ain't really potential until you see that degree working for him, or if you see, you know what I mean? So it's
action.
Yeah, it's all about the action. And so you have to be really careful as women with falling in love with somebody's potential. Because it's a 50-50 chance. The guy that you thought didn't have no potential could win in life in 5 years. Meanwhile, the one that had all of the things on paper that you thought had this potential, he ain't got no drive. So he's gonna be stagnant. So that's why I say it's not real. Yeah,
I agree. I would say
like we're not playing any games, and they require men that are ready in their 40s and 50s.
Yes.
But I'm sorry.
But they come and saying that they're ready. So why would if they're saying they're ready when they come to us, why would you expect anything less?
Less. Okay.
They're saying that. They may be lying, or they may not
right.
really
So I would say
what that meant, but
yeah, I would say at this big age, as Portia would put it, potential is not enough to get me to sign on. Like you would have had to have some successes, some accomplishments along this path for us to even still be talking about this. Like,
and we understand life happens and people pivot. Yeah, we understand that people pivot, you know, but you have to have it in you, not on you. Like it's the posturing again. Like you gotta.
Are you working towards something? Can you show me something in real action that I don't have to rely on the potential? I can look at your actual actions, what you're doing. Show me a plan. Do you have a business plan? Do you have
But see, a lot of men would look at that as Virgos being hard asses. Like, what the fuck you mean?
I think
business plan? Like, I got you the bank? No, but I mean, you might ask me for some money, so I need to see. You might have a call to ask me for something, so I need to.
No, because the thing is, and it's not like we're not trying to be critical. I know we are, but we're not trying to be critical. Like we're critically thinking through this process.
Thinking on experience.
Is it possible for you to actually see this through, or are we wasting our time? Are you wasting your time? Babe, I don't want you to waste your time either. That's how it's not even just about me.
Well, but what about so you got the guy with the potential, but what about the kingmaker? When the kingmaker gonna come in and be like,
the kingmaker has the plan, the vision, right? So potential, we're just talking about something that is not tangible, right? Like you haven't even really
you looking at how he look and what's on paper and
he got a degree. He should be able to make a decent living.
No,
I'm not
actually the opposite, if you ask me. But we ain't. That's a whole nother conversation.
I'm not gonna go get that Jerry curl out his head and fix his teeth for him. I'm just not doing it. Not gonna be able to get somebody else. Get somebody else.
Listen,
look, we got two in the
spades is a game of probability.
Right, we got two in the possible.
Spades is a game of probability.
How do you want to assess the risk?
Look, it don't.
It's like nah.
Possibles.
If you want to play a game of probability, there you go.
Okay, wait, what did Mikkel say? Your version of ready. Okay, but you know what, Mikkel? I'm gonna speak on this because I have run across men at this grown age who say, you know what, I'm working on some things. I need to get, X, Y, and Z put in place before I am ready to be in a relationship. I can respect that more so than the man that's like expecting me to, because like Portia said, we are, king builders. Like we can do the shit, but you haven't done anything up to this point to exactly to prove number one that you're worthy, or that you can even see it through. Like is this vision for me or is it for you? Like, because if you want to invest in me, I got a whole list of shit that we could do.
But what does that mean? Your version of ready might not be the same. Like, I guess if a man is pursuing a woman, like he would have to know what her version of ready is. And I guess, what do we mean when we say he's not ready for a relationship? Is it all financial? I just know that the biggest way to break up with somebody or divorce comes from finances or lack of, or, so, we can't downplay the importance of that part of it. So what if they're ready to be a husband in the other ways, but they working on their career, I guess, or, like, could you date somebody?
Well, I feel like for me, and I'll let the ladies the other single ladies answer this, but for me, I just feel like you should at least be stable.
To take care of yourself.
You are taking care of yourself. Okay. Don't even add me to the equation, because guess what I'm doing? Taking care of myself right now.
Right.
So like at least meet me there. Now I'm not saying like, okay, well, I make 6 figures, you gotta make 6 figures. Like that used to be me. That was the old me. If I got a degree,
you want a degree and everything. Yeah, I'm like, oh
yeah, I got 2 degrees, you gotta have 2 degrees. I got a house, you gotta have a house. It's okay. I'll date a man in an apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like that, because maybe he's trying to wait until he finds his wife to build our home. Because I'm gonna want a new home, even if you already had one. Like I'm not moving into that house. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so it's not like a number, like you have to make this amount of money. You have to be able to afford your own lifestyle at least. Like, so you're not lacking when we get together to build this partnership. Because who's going to go in business with someone who cannot hold up their end of the partnership? Marriage is a partnership.
Major.
Okay, so that answered the question about readiness.
We're talking about the physical side of it, but Sherelle in the very beginning was talking about emotional maturity. You could very well have a guy that is on paper, got all the stuff together and just emotionally immature, unable to be vulnerable, unable to acknowledge his shit, unable to communicate his emotions effectively. Yeah, leave his ass where he at too. Just like that other one. Leave him there. Yeah. Leave him. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. I mean, men swear that it's about their money. Like we want 100% of their money. We already got the money. We want the partnership. We want, and we want to merge. So you have to, at minimum, be able to come into it and can take care of you're maintaining your lifestyle. Yes, we do want you to pay for dates. Yes, we will offer to pay for dates sometimes. Like, but in the beginning, no, you're courting me. Like, we want that.
At this age, we are very much so, not that we're inflexible, but in our age range, people are very set in their ways. What potential are we discussing? Because I don't see a lot of
right. Where can we go from here? Right. Where are we going? We closer to retirement than we are. If I don't like it. You want to really
being retired.
Right.
I want to retire the next 10 years, God willing.
Do you have potential to get our AARP premiums off on time?
Potential is just a funny word. We don't know what the question, person that posted the question meant by potential.
What kind of potential?
Right.
Well, I feel like
Portia, it's kind of out the door in your 40s and 50s.
Yeah, and I feel like this brother is still you are who you are, right? And if something isn't working, the definition of insanity.
There it is, sis.
It has been defined.
There it is. Anybody need to look it up? You go for it.
You go for it. Let me know
what
how
are we
doing. Let me know the potential.
That's the what are we doing part, Courtney. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Where's this going? Where's this going?
Where is this going?
So this is a very estrogen charged conversation. Do you think we should have had a guy on here, or do you think it would have made it worse?
Well, I think that
not this visit.
This is girl talk, y'all. This is girl talk. This is
real talk. Like, I would love to have a conversation with some Virgo men. Have any of you ever dated any Virgo men?
I've heard the same things that they say about us.
I have, but it wasn't one where I had to put a mirror up to myself or him.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, but I never took that situation.
It was more. It wasn't like a. Yeah.
I just was there.
Right.
So,
oh, he was the Virgo dude.
Right. It was in our phone.
He had a different
before
nickname.
Cell phone, so
he had a different nickname.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Save that. Put a bookmark on that one.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Oh my God. So this was so much fun. Thank you, ladies. I really appreciated it. This was great. That wasn't too hardcore, right? You didn't need the questions printed out.
I got to have a conversation with my husband because he's been on here. So I got to make sure I ain't say nothing out my neck. No. You have to, when you are coupled, you got to like consider those things. So I got to make sure I'm not in the doghouse.
Look, and I invited I invited every man that's trying to date me. Look, y'all need to
take these notes.
Yeah, take these notes.
Know what you're getting into. Know what
my expectations are, because that's something I'm working on. It's like actually presenting my expectations instead of like giving them the test without them knowing. So now you're understanding.
Spoken expectations.
Spoken.
Listen, I'm straightforward. We having the conversations. We're just gonna have them right here. It's a contract. What we doing? Where are we going?
Right.
What's that? Where are we?
Where's this going?
What are
you doing and what am I doing? I know what I'm doing, but what we always know every step what we doing, but
10 steps ahead.
Thank you, babe.
You know what? For my next marriage, what I would love to do, and this is something that I don't know if he'll go for this or not, but I feel like we should have a renewable contract in the beginning where we iron out all our expectations about everything. It's like a combination of like the 50 Shades of Grey contract and a prenup. So it's like, okay, I would like, I think, twice a week is enough for sex. I feel, I want to go on, 2 vacations a year. We're going to have a joint bank account. I'm going to keep my home. You can keep your home. And whenever we need space, we can go to our individual home. Like whatever those expectations are, it's not just what I want. You will have some say so as well. It's like,
I love it.
Girl, that's my life, girl. That's my life.
Let's talk about it.
The quickest way for misunderstandings are unmet expectations.
That part.
That's it. It's unmet expectations. And a lot of that comes from potential, because you like, well, I thought, you were going to do this because you did this, but you ain't thinking about doing this now. And why? Why you not, it's just, and now because of that, it's not the vision that I thought we had, because we really didn't discuss the vision though. I'm basing it off of what I saw you doing. I'm only basing it right. And we didn't have no conversation. We ain't writing nothing down. And love is not enough. I want y'all to know, like, you have to do stuff like this. It sounds so sterile, but people are too idealistic about what love is in marriage. Like, love is a fleeting feeling. I may be in love today, but I don't like you as tomorrow, and vice versa. But you have the emotional maturity comes in with the commitment that you have too, the level of commitment that you have as a person. Some people don't have a level of commitment. Them people will go with the wind. They'll leave your ass with the quickness. Yeah. So you got to look at those things too. Like, what is their commitment level? Like, so I like that. I like the contract, but that's the Virgo in me. I don't know. Right. He's a Libra. He's more feeling than I am. So he would be like, this seems okay, Robin.
Not my baby chiming in. Hey,
come on. It's a girl
party. Do we need to have you on? Without mom?
We gotta have a
I would love to hear the Gen Z point of view.
Know.
I feel like it's getting worse. I feel like the dating scene for them probably is horrible.
Girls on.
Real talk.
Gen Z's on.
Mikhail said, hold on, what did he say? Light and love are not the same thing.
Yeah, but you need light though. Like We always had a love, but sometimes you just, he can attest. Like, you do not like me, I don't like you, but the commitment is where. Oh, she said she's
she's been listening the whole time. Oh, look at her game. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, we giving you some game. But yeah, I think a renewable contract. We can, decide on the terms. Is it yearly? Is it every 5 years? And let's come to the table. Are you happy with this? Is there anything that you want to change? Is there anything you're not willing to change? Because I feel like it's so easy to actually get married.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard as hell to get out. That's when you actually start documenting this shit, right? When you try to get out the shit. That was like, I want the house. Well, I want this. And
and by then it's a fight. Everything is a fight.
Yeah. So let's handle this up front. It's not like going into it, with
Well, what are the renewal terms? Are you saying, okay, if y'all don't come to terms, that mean divorce automatically? What is it? I agree with having the contract and having because what they call it. So we had a vow renewal in Cancun in October, and they talked about doing State of the Union. So that's kind of what you're talking about. But we're supposed to do it we have to do it once a month.
Okay.
But that could be a part of a State of the Union, like what the president does. Yeah. Okay, every year, okay, this is where we are here. This is what we accomplished. This is, I like that idea, actually.
Yeah, I think that's very healthy. I mean, it's very Virgo of us, but
it's very Virgo.
Like that? any non-Virgos like that idea?
Only I would get it.
But yeah, I think, getting those expectations out, ironing them out, and each other's expectations. And it's really just sparking the conversation. We don't have enough of these conversations, and sometimes we got to just sweep things under the rug because we are afraid of the conversation.
Yeah.
And so, let's talk about it. Like, what I'm saying? I like toys in the bedroom sometimes. Like, is that are you okay with that? Like, what I'm saying?
You
right.
Sounds like a valid question, sis. You would want
to let's talk about these things.
Right. Are you still okay with it? Because they're gonna know about that early on. Exactly. But okay, after a year, are you jealous of it now? Are you still okay? You still good? Because again, we all change too. Like, you change with or without being with somebody. You change all the time.
Right.
You may not like the toys next year, and he still thinking you like it. You don't. Right. You ain't turned on no more.
Exactly. Or he might have, he may end up getting diagnosed with high blood pressure, and the medication that they give for that, Lord. Has a side effect.
Are you okay with me now you're gonna be like, are you okay with me strictly?
Are you okay with going to get some help, babe? Like, if you need some help, are you okay with, getting the pill? Like, we need to have these conversations, like, for real.
They are hard conversations, but you have to put your big girl and big boy drawers on. You can't escape them when you're with somebody. And if you do, you end up unhappy because you're letting shit go, quote unquote, under the radar. You think it's under the radar, but it is really tearing your relationship apart. And then before you can do anything about it, it's toe up. And so it's so much harder now to get to it. You forgot what it was like before you had the issues. So
oh, look at us growing. Okay, so this was great. I do agree. I think the conversations when you have, the men and the women on to get, their perspectives as well, those are great conversations. But these estrogen charged conversations are important as well, because guess what? Like, we learn from each other. We're all Virgos, but we're all our individual selves. We all bring different things to the table, different perspectives. We're at different points in our lives, and we can each, learn from having these discussions. So I think it was great. And I really, really appreciate y'all. Thanks everyone that joined us.
Thank you, guys.
And if you missed it or you missed some parts of this, you can watch it back on the replay on YouTube and on Facebook. And we're going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you for joining Smart Love Sundays. Virgo. Okay, ladies, in the stream.